What the heck is this place? Some kind of library? Wreck-It Ralph is back. Hey, you're talking about me. Gee whiz, the internet is so positive. Fix-It Felix Jr. was my favorite game. Mine too. Ralph's videos stink. What? So stupid. Ralph is the worst. I hate him. He's so fat and ugly. Just a worthless bum alone on a pile of bricks.
An interesting fact, Disney Animation, not Pixar, Disney Animation has only made 2 sequels in their history, Rescuers Down Under and Fantasia 2000. What prompted you to make a sequel to Wreck-It Ralph?
It's a great question. So when we finished the first film, we really felt like we had wrapped that story up beautifully between Ralph and Penelope, and we were developing other ideas, but we were thinking back on the movie, and the last line of the film, Ralph says about Penelope, "If that little kid likes me, how bad can I be?" And in that film, it's such a sweet sentiment. It was a great way to go out on that story. But as we started to think about that line, that's actually very dysfunctional. To actually base who you are on what someone else thinks of you means you yourself have more of a journey to go on. And so that got us thinking that Ralph has more story to be told. And then we started talking about, well, what world could we tell that story in? And it felt like the internet was the perfect place, not only because it's big and it's expansive and we all use it, but also because the internet is a place where a lot of people face their insecurities. They're really being challenged all the time, and it felt like it was kind of the right place to set this story.
Brilliant visuals in this. Tell us about setting that up, visualizing the internet.
Well, we said to ourselves, the internet seems like this perfect world, and we got all excited about it, but then you think to yourself, well, what does it actually look like? You can't just go to some geography within the world and start looking at that piece of it. You got to figure out what is the internet, and that became a huge challenge. So we did a couple things. One is we actually started meeting with some people who were involved in the early development of the internet, and they told us something which was fascinating, which is they never really expected the internet to survive very long. So the internet is built like Rome. It's built city upon city upon city. So there's layers to the internet. And that got us thinking, well, there would be like the older net. That would be where GeoCities is and Netscape. And then there'd be sort of the dark net area. The dark net is sort of the underbelly, the viruses, and where you can get social security numbers if you have some money for it. And then there's the main part of the internet that we all use every day. And then the top part is really expanding and growing every day. So it became a very vertical world to look at. And that got us really thinking about what that could be visually. And then the second thing we did is we visited this building in downtown LA, 1 Wilshire Boulevard. It's about a 20-story building, and it houses all of the internet connections for all of North America. And as we were walking through this building, they literally said, that box right there, that's Surrey, and this plug over here literally is connecting Japan with the United States. And it started to make us think, okay, well then the internet is not only vertical, but it's really these servers, which are like individual websites, and then these wires, which are the things that are connecting, which become the mode of transportation. And at that point, those 2 pieces of information kind of gave us what the world should be.